Hi there, my name is Nicholas. I'm going to walk you through how to create your WordPress website step by step. Why WordPress? Because it's easy to use, you don't need any expertise, it's just straightforward. It saves you a lot of time. And remember, as people or many people have always said, time is equal to money. So when you're building a business, an online business, you don't want to waste time with fancy solutions. When you make the money, then you can hire people to use other technologies. But if you feel like you need to save money, you need flexibility, you need to manage some things by yourself, then you can opt for WordPress. It's secure, it's constantly updated, it's absolutely amazing. I have used it for all my businesses and I have never regretted. So I'm going to walk you through these steps. There are about 10 steps. Okay, now don't be intimidated by the number. They are extremely easy and we are going to go through each and everything step by step. So this project could cost you about $115, which is next to nothing as compared to other platforms, to other solutions that are out there. And this includes hosting, it includes everything. Okay, 115, and you're going to also have access to expensive plugins already, which could have cost you probably $300 or even 500. So you're going to have everything within 115 at the end of this project, and you can add other extras which might cost you a little bit of money, but I'll show you all the solutions so you get things easily. Okay, so you can also get a done for you project from this link here, so you can click the link to get a done for you solution. Again, it's going to cost you so you have a discount of $110, so it will cost you about 250 pounds. So there is a discount of 110 pounds on that project, so it will cost you about 250 pounds. If you're busy and you don't want to do this by yourself, you have that option there, but remember to use that code at checkout if you go that route. So let's go into hosting. So what is hosting? So that's the space that hosts your website. Okay, it's that where your website is kept online. It's like the rent that you pay to live in an area. Okay, now hosting, especially cloud-based, can serve the entire world. So it means anywhere that somebody logs in, somebody can access the internet, they can find your website, which is really great. The hosting that I recommend for this project is Billionaire Search Hosting. Again, you can use that link, which will take you straight to a page like this one. And once you get to this page, depending on the type of project, you can read through depending on how much space you need. This is the most popular and you can always use this, but this works for any website of any size. You can always upgrade, so it's not a problem. This works for simple websites like maybe personal websites, business, personal but business. If you're doing an e-commerce business, then you might opt for this solution because you might have a lot of images, so you don't want your system to slow down. 15 GB is good. But this works for basic websites if you don't need too many updates and not too many images and all of that. And again, this has unmetered monthly bandwidth. You have 3 email accounts, which is more than enough. Those are business emails, by the way. You have Lightspeed web server. It's got free nightly backup, so you can request, if your site goes down, you can request a backup the night after, so that day after. Okay, and you have unlimited pack domain. So it's cloud-based hosting, which is really great. So which means the servers are not central to a location. You will get good speed almost across the world. So this is excellent. So all you have to do is to click on that link, and you can register a new domain. I'm just going to type Nicholas. I'll type that, and then I'm going to check for its availability, and it's going to say yes, nicholasmighty.com is available, and I'll go on to register. If you have an existing domain, you can use that, and you can feed in your domain and use it. So when you continue, you're going to find that this, if it has hosting, then you just continue to buy just the domain. If it doesn't have hosting, okay, so it's automatically added hosting anyway, so all you have to do is to continue. and then you're gonna have domain registration. Currently is showing 0, but obviously for other projects you might have maybe about $14 to pay for a domain, but that .com is free with hosting at the moment. So all you have to do is to go to the checkout, and yep, that's it. So then you can fill in your details and complete your order. And then having done that, all you have to do is now to log into your account. Okay, so you will receive an email. You can log into your account. It will look like this, and obviously the logins are right there. So you just log into account details, and once you've logged in, you can come to the services, which are right there. So you come to my services, and you'll have all the domains that you've paid for, and you can click on any one of them anywhere, and you can go into cPanel. So we are following this, by the way. So I've explained what hosting is, and I've showed you what friendly hosting is. So this is signing up for hosting basically, and I've explained the sign up process. Okay, now we're going to look into installing WordPress. Now that we have hosting, we are going to look into installing WordPress. So Billionaire Surge, the good thing I like about this hosting is that it offers one-click installation of WordPress. So you don't need to do so much. You just need to click once and WordPress is installed on your website. And the process within the hosting provider's control panel is what I'm just going to show you now. So all you have to do is to click right there after accessing your account and go into services, click to log into your cPanel. You come to a page which looks exactly like this one. Now you have different files in here. I encourage you to be very, very careful with this. It's very important that you pay attention. Don't do what you don't understand. So I'm going to guide you through in this video. Just pay close attention. If you don't understand some things, don't touch them. Okay, so all you have to do is to come to that search bar there and search for something like app. So there is an app that allows you to install WordPress, which is Softacular's app installer. And you can see I already have 2 installations right there. So you can click there to see the installations that you have. I had already created a demo website on here. I was just for illustration purposes, and that was created in literally less than 60 minutes, and it has a pop-up which is absolutely amazing. So we are going to probably do the same because I already have a website installed on my main domain, which is the .com. I'm going to add, so I'm going to click WordPress to add a subfolder. Okay, so you will see what I'm talking about in a minute. So you click install, and when you come to this page, this is very important. I want you to pay close attention to this one. So you have digitalsalesmaster.com, which is my domain. Maybe it's the one that I bought, just like you bought your domain. And this is the subfolder. So if I want my website to be digitalsalesmaster.com only, then I don't have to put anything here. But for my case, because I already have something installed at .com, which is my website, this one. Now for illustration, I'm going to use something like slash, maybe slash, let's say sell what you know, SWYK. Okay, I'm just using this to illustrate for this purpose, and after that I will remove it. So I can add whatever my website is called, sell what you know, the name, the tagline or site description, sell your knowledge, profit. Very, very simple. Then you come to the admin side. You can use anything for your admin. Okay, don't use admin. I discourage that because hackers automatically know newbies leave admin. So these are your login details. That's the admin account. Don't touch anything under this. Okay, focus on the admin account, and you can use a password. You can decide to generate one using that. So obviously remember to copy this and keep it somewhere. I'm going to keep mine somewhere. Okay, going to keep mine somewhere. I'll just keep it on in my notes. I have a doc for notes, so there we go, and I'll keep it there. Right, coming back to our installation of WordPress, I'm going to close this. You don't need them anymore. So there we go. So obviously I have to add my email. I'm going to add an email like sale at gmail.com. Now I recommend that you add a Gmail account here. Don't add your domain-based email or your business email, because it's going to send you a lot of updates and it will fill up your plan. Because most business accounts or most business emails, they do have a certain amount, that they can take in terms of emails. So they have a size. So after that, you click install. So that's what we call one-click installation. So WordPress is going to get installed at the directory that I instructed. Okay. Now remember, you don't have to add this extension if your domain has never been used, or if you haven't added, if your website is new. Remember that and remember it well. So I'm going to click on that to view my website right there. Remember, I have my login details, and this is the login link. Now these links are very important, and it's very, very important that you save them because you're going to need them from time to time. Okay, I'm going to go back there, save them to my, and this is the link to my website, so I don't need to save that, but I will save the link to the login, which is my website right there /WP admin. Okay, there is that dash, but you just need to save it. You don't need to try to understand what's going on. It's absolutely fine. Okay, then you have your password. This is what allows you to log into WordPress, and you can keep that. I like myself to be organized. And then you do have your username. What did we use our username? Let's have a look. Do I remember what that was? I think I used Nicholas. Did I use Nicholas? Yeah, I used Nicholas. Okay, so that's my name that I used. All right, so now I'm just going to make sure that I can actually log into my WordPress website. So I will close that up, I come to that screen, log in, okay, and then use my password right there to just do that. As you can see, this is extremely easy. I have now created my WordPress website, so I don't need this for now. I will close that. I've created my WordPress website. It's currently showing a default theme and things are not in order, but I'm going to put them in order in just a second. Now that took me a little while. That installation process could take people a lot of time, and you can see I already have some of my basic pages, maybe about us. Some stuff is on the website, but I can customize it, and I'm going to show you in just a little while. So back to our step-by-step guide. We've looked at one-click installation, and I have walked you through the C panel, okay, which is where you also create emails as well, right? So let's go on to explore the WordPress dashboard. So we have the tool that I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to walk you through posts, pages, plugins, themes, and menus. So when you look at your front end of the website, this is what you call a menu, something that allows people to access the pages on the website. Okay, so far we have a sample page. That page has nothing, but it's there anyway, and it's normally up here. So that's what you call a menu, and I'm going to show you how to configure those later on. You also have some things like posts. Let's have a look if we have any posts yet. Do we have a blog on here? So how do you find posts on the dashboard? You go right there. So posts are what the rest of the world sees, or what search engines actually crawl. They do crawl the entire website, but this is where you publish your content. A blog post, I'm sure you know what a blog post is basically the content that you write for your audience to use in a helpful way. Very, very simple, but very straightforward. So you have a sample post. It says hello world. and that's its title, that's its metadata, and you've got its post content. You've got some comments here. Somebody said hi, there is a comment to get started with moderating. So you have all of this stuff. So normally this is what your post should look like. Obviously this page can look a lot better, and we are going to find a super simple and effective way to make a WordPress website to stand out. So I can delete the sample post for now, because I will write a new post. So then we have pages. Okay, so we have the privacy policy, that's a page. We can add new pages just like posts. Okay, very simple. But when starting out, this kind of interface can look a little bit different. It doesn't look very nice, or it looks nice to be honest, which is the Gutenberg editor, but it does get a little bit confusing for some people because you have to click elements and some are hidden. So it gets a little bit confusing for people who are getting started. So we are going to use the classic editor plugin to get back the original editor for WordPress for posts and pages, and of course a few other things. So very important. So let's go back. Of course, to go back to your dashboard, you can click right there and it will ask you if you need to save the changes. So this is what you have. This is where your WordPress website is. You have settings, and yeah, you have a lot of other things. Very important. First of all, having installed your WordPress website, I encourage you to go to settings, go to general, in fact go to writing. Okay, have a look. It's actually in reading. Have a look. No, go to permalinks. This is what I wanted to show you. Now permalinks are links, just basically your link structure, and set it to post name. You don't need to understand that for now, but what it will do is it will help you to write your permalink with your website name / the name of the post. Okay, whether it's a page or it's a blog post. Very simple. So we've arrived to this place. I think if we go back to our checklist, I've guided you through most of these. I've showed you the menus, I've showed you the theme, which is what we have at the moment. This is the theme we have. It doesn't look very nice, but yeah, it's something that we can change. We've also looked at the difference between posts and pages. Maybe in depth, posts are articles which you write. Pages are what you use to order navigation around your website. Okay, so a page is what probably appears on your menu, and a post is something that goes to search. Let me say that simply, but a post has content that you intend for your readers. So we've seen the difference as well between posts and pages. Now let's look at choosing a theme. Now there are many themes, and I'm going to show you where themes live. So you come right here, you have themes. Okay, you come to the dashboard, come to appearance, you have a lot of other themes, and you can add a new theme. You will see that there is a whole bunch of other themes that you can just install. In fact, if I click on this one, details and preview, I've clicked on that theme randomly. I can just have a look at what my website will look like if I use that link. Okay, so if I use that theme, sorry, this is what it will look like. It looks nice. Okay, but for the purpose of this video, because we intend to get templates so that we don't, and we intend to get some sample data as well, so that we don't start from scratch. Okay, we don't want to start from scratch, build things up. We want to get our website up and running in just a little while. So what we're going to do is, we are not going to look at the themes under here. We are going to install Astra. Now Astra is also available here among these themes, which is right there. It's one of the best. I would say it's a really great theme. It's very fast, but we are going to use it in a way that is so easy but so simple. Please follow me as we go on to the next step. So we've looked at the importance of choosing a user-friendly and a visually appealing theme. Obviously, that theme is like the beauty and, you know, the beauty of your website. Okay, now I know we said we are not focusing on beauty, but what essentially it is we are creating content for our visitors. We are not creating for ourselves. So the more they feel at home, the more comfortable they are, the easier things will get for us, because then we will serve them well. They will give us everything that they require or everything that they haven't understood. We will help them and we will make a whole lot of money. Okay, so remember, it's going to all come from them feeling at home on your website. So we can use Astra, and yeah, so navigation, we've looked at the importance of choosing a theme, installing and activating a free theme, we've looked at that as well. Now we are going to get Astra Pro, which will give us the templates that we want. Okay, we want a ready-made website. We don't want to build from scratch. Okay, so you can get Astra Pro from right here, which is actually on Digital Sales Master. So you can go on there, you will find tools and you will find Astra Pro somewhere here, or you can search for it through here, but you can find it there as well. So it's very cheap here, but Astra from the Astra website is not cheap at all, but you can get it for just that price right there. Now going back to our WordPress dashboard right here, I already have Astra Pro downloaded. Please follow me. I'm not installing it from here, remember. So I'm gonna go back to plugins and add a new plugin. And by the way, what plugins are, and forgive me if I marked it as completed and probably I didn't explain it, which is right here. So what a plugin is it adds extra functionality to your website. So for example, if I had to hire a developer to create a solution for me, maybe something that can beautify my website, maybe something that can help me to add pop-ups, or maybe to add links in a certain way or in a certain place. The good thing about plugins is developers have already put together that solution, so I can just add it to my website and extend functionality. The advantage is you can extend functionality to almost anything. You can do almost anything with your WordPress website. You can turn it into a shop using plugins. The disadvantage is that if you use many of these, you're going to have security issues at some point and your website will slow down. So be very careful. Only install a plugin if you really need it. And I've added a list of essential plugins. These are mostly what you need in your lifetime of your website. At least most of them are here, and then the others will come along depending on what you want. And in looking at this table, you have the plugin name. So if you're searching for a plugin, let's say you go to plugins and you decide to add a plugin, you can say Aweber. You can type Aweber, or you can just copy the name here, just like I'll put it right there, and go on to type it right there. So you find Aweber for WordPress, which is right there. So who is the author? You can see the author is right there by Aweber. Obviously you go back and say who is the author here. So just confirm that you're downloading the right plugins with the right authors, because there are so many plugins that have Aweber and you don't want to find yourself. So for example, this has Aweber, and a lot of others could have Aweber as well, but they are not the ones that I'm talking about in this particular video. So just pay attention to the authors so that you download the exact authors. This time around, we are going to upload a plugin, because for example, if you buy it from an external place, you will want to upload it. So you just click right there. Now I already have my Astra already downloaded, so I'm just going to add it right there. In fact, let's see, it's right here. So once you've downloaded it, please install all these plugins. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the same way. So I just click on that and install. What are we trying to achieve? We are trying to get free templates for our WordPress website. Don't update anything, just upload them and activate the way they are. So once that is finished, add a new plugin, continue to upload. Don't mind any errors that appear on the screen for now. So upload, go to the next one, the second one, and install that as well. let's have a look at this and activate, and then you can upload the next one. Just install that. Now you're doing Elementor Pro right there. The good thing about this, it comes with Elementor Pro as well, which means you will not need it, so you activate that and then you upload the next one. So we're doing the fourth at the moment, right there, and you can activate, and then you can add a new plugin, which we are going to add the last one, which is right there. So all these plugins are within that same bundle once you've downloaded it, and once this is finished. So we do have plugins that have been installed. Of course, there were some existing plugins already. I'm going to remove Hello Dolly and Akismet. I don't need them, so I will delete. Click on that, delete them. So I have all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugins that I need, and all I have to do now is to go to Appearance, Starter Templates, and then I will I'll build my website. I'll use Elementor, and then I will look for what suits my business. If I am a professional, maybe I am an author, or I am creating an online store, which is this one, or let's say I am creating a download store. Maybe I have some things that, digital downloads that I want people to download, and a whole lot of other things that you can use. You can install some of these themes. There are some are free, some are premium, but remember, we've installed the premium version, so we can grab all of them easily. Okay, so this is for photographer. That looks really beautiful, and you can click to preview these. Okay, so when I click on that, I can be able to navigate and see what this will look like. It is something that's going to suit me depending on what service I'm offering. And obviously, if you don't like that, you can just go back to the page. So for now, I'm going to go with something really simple, something that can work. Let's see, Christmas shop. I'm going to go with something in line with marketing, which is my field. Let's look at agency, and that is digital marketing one. So I'm going to take this one. Sometimes you will have errors when installing these. If you find that you have an error, please choose another template or choose a free one. There are many, but you can still choose from free, paid, it doesn't really matter. And all I have to do is to upload my logo, or I can do this later and then skip and continue. I can choose the color theme that I want, depending. So you just have to watch and click. I like gold, so I would use it on most of these, right? So then obviously you can look at the other pages as well. There is something that you really like. Okay, your post could look like this. If I click on my blog post, that's what it looks like. Is it something that I really like? Then I can go on. Of course, you can choose your fonts as well. I'm going to choose Poppins and Lato, or maybe this. Yeah, I think that's better. So then I can click continue. We're almost there, and it says update the plugin. Just ignore that, skip and continue. You can choose to fill in that information if you don't mind, and I don't like to share anything, so for now I will just leave it at that. I'll click build my site. So then I sit down and watch. Okay, so I'm going to have a really simple website built for me in just a short amount of time. So while that works, let's tick off our let's look at our list. We looked at essential plugins. Okay, we haven't looked at them really or discussed them, but we can add them. We've already added some of them through Astra, and we can go on to look at these, so we can add the rest by searching for their name. So you will do just what I said, search for classic editor, make sure that that's the same author, and then you can install all the plugins just like that. Okay, so if you see the ones on here that are colored, it just means that they are not essential, but they are important. The good thing with the suite or the package for Astra Premium, it comes with a Mentor Pro, so you don't need to get that for now unless you're trying to get updates next year. Then you have Paid Memberships Pro. If you're building a membership site, again, that's something that you can buy later, or you can find from Digital Sales Master Tools. So that's having done that. So this is our checklist. We are going to add essential plugins. As I have said, you can do that. I'm not going to walk through each and everything within this video, apart from adding the things that I think are going to be helpful to us. So congratulations. So coming back to our website, it says congratulations, you have just added your website. Now you can click here to view it. Okay, so and since I don't have any window to go back to my WordPress dashboard, I'm gonna close that. But you can see I have installed my WordPress website in a very short time. I have some pages which I can modify. Okay, I have the about us, and remember, this is just a template. I can modify the text. I can almost change anything that I don't like. But the beautiful thing is I have a drag and drop page builder which I can use. So having said that, I will now go back to my WordPress dashboard, and as you can see, it shows on here because I'm not still logged in. So I'll click on the dashboard. Next I'm going to do is to add the other plugins that I just showed you, which are within the essential plugins right here. I'll just go to the plugin store and add them. Now if you don't see me add a plugin, just remember that you just have to check the table and add it for yourself. So I'm not going to upload it this time. Okay, so I'll add a new, but I'm not uploading. I'm getting them from the WordPress repository. So I'm gonna add classic editor. I already know it, but when you're working these, please search for the plugin name and look at the author. So the other plugin that I'll need is child themes. So that's child theme configurator. That's the plugin that I use for this. Activate that. Next one that I want to install is Updraft Plus, and this is going to be helpful when you're backing up your website. So this is Updraft Plus Backup. Again, it's by Updraft. So I can click on that, install it. Again, as you can see, the process is really simple. Most of these would have been by coding, and but these are already made solutions, which is what you call plugins, so they can help you to do it a lot faster. So if you want to have products on your website, you can add WooCommerce and a lot of other things. So I'm going to add a security plugin as well for now, and that is Security. But like I said, you can add all the other plugins that are on the list. Security. Okay, Security is right there. So we activate that. So having added the essential plugins now, so let's go on to create our child theme. Now, what does a child theme help you to do? For example, if I come to my website, I know the URL, it looks like this. Okay, if I'm if anything happens to this website, maybe I install a plugin that's not good for my website, crashes it completely, I can't be able to access a backup of it if I have backed it up. But the other thing is, when I make changes to my website, if it's updated automatically or manually, and WordPress has a habit of doing that, they are consistent and constant updates almost every month, you're going to find that anything that you have added might disappear. So sometimes CSS that you have added to your website or some pieces of code might disappear with the update. So what you want to do is to make sure that you create a child theme, so that everything that you do to the child goes to the mother theme, to the parent theme, but it's not deleted when you create any, when you make any, updates. Okay, so that's what updates are for. Child themes, pardon me. So having installed our child theme configurator, I will now go to tools. Actually, sometimes it's under settings. I will need to refresh this probably. Let's have a look. Tools, and you go to child themes. Now this is very simple, and that's why it's called a plugin, because it's already done for you. You just have to know what to do. So our theme is Astra, so I'm going to analyze that, and then I will call my new theme Astra Child and primary style sheet. So I'm going to leave everything as it is, and then I'll scroll down to number 8. So copy, menus, widgets, and customize the settings. I'll tick that, and I'll create a new child theme. So it takes just a second to create this, and you can read some of these messages that come with installing that configurator. The good thing about this is once you've finished, you can get rid of the plugin. It won't change much. So I'm going to get rid of that, and then I will come to the plugin itself and go to child styles or files. So I will look at the functions of ph, single, any files that I might need, and you can always come back and do this, so you don't have to do it you don't have to do it now. You can always come back and do this when you need them. So I've added some files that I might need to edit. I've added them to my child theme, which are right here. Now I will go back and tick that off. Now we are going to create a backup of our website. I've already explained what a backup for a website will help you to do. It will basically help you to find it, to just recover your website in case something goes wrong. Now I've already installed Updraft Plus, so I'll just go to settings, Updraft Backups. I'll click on that. So this is a system that is going to be automated, and the beauty is I don't need to do anything from today. All I have to do is to access it and to remember the email which I used to backup when I need it. I'm going to set some things up. I'll go to settings. I will say I want this backed up daily, and this one I want it daily. I want to keep 2 copies of backups every time, and the others are automatically deleted. And I will choose Google Drive. You can choose any solution that you like from here. I'll choose Google Drive because I do have a Gmail account I can use. And then I'll go to Updraft. So you can go to the very bottom and save changes. Now I've saved the changes. It will ask me to sign into a Google account that I want to connect my backup to. Okay, so I will choose this one and I will say yes. So it does automatically allow me to complete the setup, and it brings me back to this page, which means that backups are now going to be automated from henceforth, and I don't need to do nothing. So all I have to do is to click backup now. Now for this, okay, for this particular backup, I'm going to say allow this backup to be deleted manually. Okay, so I'll just click on this one, so that this backup will always remain. So whatever happens, I will always have this backup anyway. Okay, so back that up. And yeah, so I don't need to remain on this page for that process to finish. I'm just going to go back and click that as done. So next thing is minding our security. So we have the Sukuri plugin that we installed right here. We will go to its dashboard. The good thing about this plugin, and why I really like it, is it shows you all the activity. So which means if somebody logged in and maybe you're working with someone, you can always see who messed things up or who added whatever they added by looking at the timestamps and looking at the IP addresses. If you know their IP addresses, you can also block some IP addresses that are probably sending you spam and doing all of those things. So this helps me to have this log, and I really like it, even though it has other very important features. So what I'll do, I'll go to settings. Actually, you go to the dashboard, not settings. Oh, it is actually the settings. And then you go to hardening, So I'm going to click hardening for all of these. This one is a pro feature, so they won't allow you to do it. So you just apply hardening, so which means your website will be protected from different things, avoid information leakage. So disable plugin theme editor, so that plugins will not be able to edit your theme. Activate automatic secrets, so very important. So that's done, security done, so which means that we will have a feed every time somebody or we make changes to our website. So we are now going to look at the basic pages, creating essential pages. Okay, we want the about us and contact us. Since we already have a website that looks like this and we can make changes to it however we like, now we just need to choose what pages we like and get rid of what we don't like. Okay, all we have to do is to come back to pages, and I'm going to edit the home page. Okay, whenever you install Sucuri, by the way, or the security plugin, it logs you out, so you just have to log back in, because now it wants to know who is actually logged in. So once I've gone to pages, I'm going to edit my home page or any other pages that I like. So you can edit that page by clicking view, and then you edit by Elementor, so you just click that, don't choose, just click, or you can just edit with Elementor, so which you can open in a new tab. The good thing about Elementor is it allows you to edit the interface of the website easily, so it's extremely amazing to work with. Okay, absolutely amazing. So as you can see, this page particularly, I think, has a weird way it looks. It doesn't have the header, but I can bring back that header maybe somehow. Okay, it says default, so that's not a problem. Let's have a look. Okay, the menu is on here, that's why it doesn't have a some kind of header, but you can see that most of this stuff I can customize. I don't like this, it's too big. Then I can click on it right there. I can go to the style of it, and I can choose the typography. I can make this maybe 25 so that it looks smaller. I prefer that it's that way. Okay, maybe I can put it at 40, and then I can change this text, and yeah, I can change this text to something that but the beautiful thing is you don't need to understand copywriting in order to change all of this and to make changes. So you can practice making changes. So this is a section which you can actually edit. So if I click on that section, you can see there is options. I can style it. I can look at the background picture, which is basically the background. It's the background of that section itself. I can change the links on this button. I just have to click on the pencil icon of the button. So you hover, click on the pencil, and you can change the links to where you want people to go after they click to get a free quote. So this is how easy it gets for you to customize your website. But I'm going to show you how to add these words. Okay, first of all, I would say all you need is to create an account with ChatGPT. So all you have to do is to go to chat.openai.com, which is right there, chat.openai.com, and create your free account for ChatGPT. Now what you want to do is to tell this chatbot that, look, I am creating my WordPress website. My website is for my marketing business. I help businesses to get more leads online and to grow their customer base. And you can tell ChatGPT that my website or my business is called Sell What You Know. Okay, absolutely amazing. Give me content for the home page. So I can start by, okay, if I say give me content for the home page, it's going to, yeah, it's going to just give me a whole lot of data, but I want to direct it as per the different sections. If I come back to my website, these are sections. This is a section, it stops here, and this is another section which stops there, and this is another section which is just an image, and this is another section about our services, and you can see another section. So I can talk to ChatGPT and define the section. Top sections are normally called the hero section. Okay, so give me content for the hero section. I have a headline, description, and so I'm talking about this. I have a headline, a description, and 2 buttons, and 2 buttons for calls to action. So I can click unlock your business's potential with online. So I can use some of this copy and I can tweak it or change some wording, but you can see that ChatGPT can already help me to add this content with expert online marketing solutions. Amazing. So then I can say welcome to Say What You Know. Okay, so then I can, so I click there. Okay, click on the pencil icon, come to the editor, right, and I can edit that information, drop it there. And obviously I want that a little bit smaller, so I want that weight to be lighter, and I prefer that this is maybe smaller to 14. Okay, 16, let's see. Yeah, and this is quite a lot, I know, so I can get rid of this. I don't need it. Now you can see my website is starting to come to life, but I can customize this as well much further. And ChatGPT has even given you information. Get started today. Start your journey towards online success. It says get started today. I'll say start now. Start from here. Okay, and then I can say that is learn more. I think I'm happy with learn more, which is exactly what ChatGPT has given me. I can go on to create content for the next one about what we do. Give me content for the section what we do, and then you can define what you have. What do I have on here? I have a heading, I have a description, and the services we do. I have a heading, a description, and boxes of what we of the services we offer. So I can even define that there are 3 so that ChatGPT doesn't give me random answers. And again, you can see our expertise in driving online sales. So that's a pretty interesting, so I don't need to really overthink. Remember, this is a business. The more time I waste, it's not going to be very good. Okay, so I can copy that, write it in the description there, add it there, get rid of this, and then you have lead generation strategies, services boxes. So I don't like that thing there. And then we have conversion optimization, which is another thing you can add there. Then you have customer relationship management. So you can see that it's becoming absolutely easy to edit my website with Elementor, because I don't need to dig into code to add this stuff. He's even given me the descriptions of the services, so I can just add them there. Okay, and I can copy all and add. So this is how you really edit your website, and of course after that you can update. Absolutely amazing. When I go to my new site, I can click on that. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I don't like my that header there or the logo, so I can go on to appearance and customize. Site identity, site identity right there. Site logo, I'm going to remove it, but what I'm going to do for now, because I haven't designed the logo yet, inline logo, and yeah, it does say that. Okay, so for now I'm going to leave it just like that. I can create a quick design of my, let's say, Canva. I can go to a software called Canva, by the way, and the link is going to be in the description as well, description of this video or wherever you're watching this from. And I can say this is a logo. You can use this software for free, by the way, and the paid plan is even more amazing when creating content. So let's say I want to say what you know. I can just come to this, say what you know, because this is my business, and this one, yeah, it has something in the background which I'm going to maybe marketing business. I can bring that back. Yeah, if this is my logo, if I like the icon, I can use it, but I don't encourage you to use that. But if I have an icon, I can always add it. The good thing about the pro version though of this of Canva, which costs about $12 a month, I can get a PNG which has a transparent background, which means it will come and fit on any background that I add it to. So I can add it there, upload file. Of course, there are workarounds. You can use online tools to remove the background if you don't have the pro version of this. Okay, very, very simple. Let's have a look. I don't seem to see my download of my logo. Did it really download? It says completed. Okay, I've done it again. I'll come back to my website and go to downloads. So I know this is a lengthy process, but definitely this makes a whole lot of it takes the hassle out of creation, and I can resize it just before I put it on the website, just to make sure I don't have to take the whole thing, because it's going to stretch my menu. Right there, say what you know. Absolutely amazing. So you see, and I can publish that, and I'm good to go. So I can quickly check before I leave the page. So I'm gonna quickly check what it looks like. Did I publish? I did. Doesn't seem to show up on the main site. Okay, let's look at that one. Yeah, I think for some reason it will show up. So let's give it some time. So we have our logo there. Okay. And obviously there is some logos at the bottom as well, but we don't want to customize that for now. So that's the logo. We've changed it and it should look good. Sometimes if things don't show up, don't worry. Then let's go back to our step-by-step so we don't spend much time. So I've showed you the essential, how to add pages. Some of the pages are already there. I'm gonna say I have showed you that already. because the pages are there and editing them is very simple. So creating a new page, how do you create a new page? You simply have to go to pages and add a new page, as simple as that. And then you can say this is maybe terms and conditions. Okay, we don't want to design terms and conditions, but maybe you can say maybe you can say it's a service that you offer and you want to create a page for it, like website design or coaching, maybe for some of you that are coaches. All I have to do is to publish. Okay, once you've published, edit with Elementor. And I'm going to show you another trick that can help you to get templates for almost free. So you can edit with Elementor right there and then get templates. The other important part that you might need to know, if you look at the plugins, there was a plugin called what's its name, Envato Elements. Now Envato Elements can allow you to get templates for free. Let's say you create a new page that is not styled, that is not from the existing, you can still get away or get around it. Alternatively, you can save this page or save the sections and then transform them to look like what you want for another. So I can save this template as home. Okay, that's the beauty of Elementor. So when I come to this page now, if I edit with Elementor, it's going to open up, but I don't want to start from zero when creating the pages. So what I'm going to do is, to just go to my templates right there, my templates, and I'll find the template right there and I'll use it here. So which means I can customize it to look like what I want. If I don't like the way the section starts, I can always change it. Again, I can click right there, go to the background or the style, maybe remove that image, maybe remove that, because maybe this is another page and but the ease, I think you can appreciate how easy this becomes. I can get rid of that, change the, the top, maybe I can give it, I can't get rid of that, to be honest. Get rid of that. And obviously that's got to be, it says minimum height. I can just bring that a little bit, or I can just say minimum height, or I can say, yeah, maybe this is the section that starts every page, maybe, and this is the name of the service. What did I call it? I called it coaching. So I can say coaching. But you can see that I'm now customizing my website in a very easy way, and because this is the section that starts, so this is what every page will look like. And I can go on to add my coaching services and whatever they look like. I can customize this in a nice and simple way, very, very, very easily. Okay, so templates, that's one way you can work with them, or you can use Envato Elements to get your templates. Now I will exit the dashboard and go back to the dashboard. So let's go back to our step-by-step guide. So I've showed you how to create a new page. So how do we use Elementor to design using free templates? I've showed you what that looks like as well. So adding text, images, and formatting options, again, I have showed you what that looks like within Elementor. So let's go on to build our menu. Where are menus located? We already have a menu, thank God, because of our amazing. So for example, I'm not sure why it's not changing on the home page, but that's not an issue. Let's go to other pages and see. It's still not changed, but don't worry, we will find a way to work that out. Right, so very, very important. How do we change this menu? This is the menu. How do we add items or change them? First of all, we go to appearance, and that's where menus are. Okay, now the good thing about menus is you can drag anything, reposition, or put it to the fourth, or make the blog the last. Very simple. And you can add custom links. So you can add, maybe you want about us to be on a different page, you can still redirect. You can delete some items by just clicking remove. Okay, to add items to that menu, all I have to do is to click on the item on this side, or I can view all and then click on coaching and add to menu. As simple as that. And then I'll save. So when I go back to my website right here, I should be able to see that there is a new item that is called, okay, for some reason that menu is not showing up there, but that's not a problem. I think it's not showing up because this is a different type of header which we can solve anyway. So let's first find that header. So we have the footer. We actually don't have a particular header for this website. I think it's within templates. So let's go back to our templates, which are within Elementor. We are now looking for that header template. Why is the header not changing? For some reason, something must be happening. Okay, and we can look for a way to find it before footer. So that's alternatively, we can just do something like this, customize, and we can click on these items to see what they are. So you see that that's a different thing altogether, and this is where the actual logo is. I can remove that and select another image, which I've already added, by the way. There we go. So this should now change on in every place, and then I can go to the menu. I can also configure the menu from here. Okay, alternatively, my menu which was here, I can make it the primary one. Okay, so if I click that, it should show everywhere. Let's make sure that it's correct. I'll just refresh my website, and then you can see coaching is now showing on the menu. Now if I go back to where I added the logo from and publish, I can see that my logo will now change to Save What You Know, which is the coaching business. Absolutely amazing. So we've looked at menus as well. So we've looked at let's look at this. Where are we? We've looked at adding text, building your menu, importance of a clear navigation. We talked about that. Creating a menu by adding existing pages and customizing their order. We looked at that. Displaying the menu on your website. That's already looked into. So adding content. So how do we add content to our website? We've looked at the difference between pages and blog posts. Pages are static. Okay, I'll rephrase that. Pages are normally static. So in other words, you set them up today and they will remain. Posts are sometimes updated frequently because remember, that is where your users are going to find content. It's where they are going to find things that are relating with you. So let's look at creating a new blog post. So we've looked at that. So let's look at creating a new blog post using the WordPress editor. So all we have to do is to come to our WordPress dashboard, add a new post, and let's say we want to write a blog post. Okay, and maybe we've researched our keywords and we say how to get leads on autopilot. Maybe this is something that users are interested in. So we can write this blog post manually, or we can ask ChatGPT to help us. Again, if you really want to write an amazing blog post, you can check the link in the description of this video or somewhere around, depending on where you get this video from. You will see a step-by-step guide on how to do this in an effortless, very easy way. So I can come right here or you can just join one of my classes, which is basically a membership where you get such information every week. We have video calls, we have meetings, so you learn how to write this stuff. But we are going to generate a generic article. So I'm going to go back to this chat because I've already told ChatGPT about my website. Write me a sample blog post using Markdown. The title is, there we go. So he's used Markdown. Yeah, we can use Markdown, and now we can change that Markdown to something else. We can go to a website called Markdown to HTML. So we can copy that and just Markdown to HTML. So I can now copy this stuff and just bring it over to my website. If I get raw HTML, yeah, I can still get this instead. Come back to my website here. If I go to raw HTML, I would paste the content here instead, but now I'm going to paste it to the visual site. So you can see that this is a well formatted. The reason for Markdown is, by the way, this was the title, so it doesn't need to be in here. It can remain up there. Okay, and I can bring that up. So optimize. So you can see that this is H2. So this is essential for SEO, very important. That's H2. So the search engine will recognize this as headings, and this is the content. So that's why we use Markdown, so we don't have to do this manually. That's a very simple way on how to add a new blog post. Remember, creating content for your website goes deeper than this. You need to know what to do. You need to know how to research keywords, and all of that is available in, during my weekly calls. You can sign up. It costs less than $2 a day for you to actually get that guidance on a weekly basis. So that's very, very simple. You can check the link in the description or somewhere around this video, depending on where you're watching this from. So I will publish and I will view the post. Okay, so I can click on that to view. This is what my post will look like. Now I know some of the letters are really huge, but we can change that size. So we can go to customize and deal with the blog post content in a special way. So you can go to the blog right there, single post. So at the moment there is no sidebar. I want it to have a sidebar, okay, which is on the right. So when I click, the good thing about this, which is something I really like about WordPress, so I can now see there is a sidebar. If I have any adverts, I can add them to my right hand side. Okay, now I do have the design side where I can control the size of these. Okay, now if I don't find any area to control the size of that H2, which is in my headings, I can go to ChatGPT and say, give me CSS to change the size of my headings on the website. So you can see how simple it is. I don't need to learn some random or maybe some strange coding skills. I just need to get ChatGPT to do the work. So all I have to do is to come back a little bit, come back, and then go to additional CSS right there, and I can just add my CSS to this page. You're going to see most of these are going to change. Now you might notice that they may not change immediately because of the class, and again, that's something that we can fix. I can go back to my website. I'll close some of these that we have finished dealing with. Let me go back to the news and blog because we don't have access to that. but let me try to locate the blog post that we have created. Did we call this how to get leads on autopilot? Actually, I can access the article from here. What I want to know is the class. Okay, now you don't always have to do this. This is some technical stuff, but I'm just doing it so that we get that out of the way. Now I can see there is something called entry content. Okay, I can use this entry content. I can use that for every headline, and you're going to see things are changing on almost everything. Oh my, so that's not gonna be yeah, sometimes it will take time to change these, but to be honest, we can always make things work in a nice and simple way through other ways without. So you can see that changed. Now that changed, and you can always work other headings in a nice and simple way as well. That's H3. I have changed it as well, and you can go on to change the rest of the headings if you like. But the beauty of it all is that you can observe and see what's going on, so you're not in some form of, hoping that things will get better. No, you can see what's going on. And how to get leads on autopilot, that was H1, by the way. But our H2 has become so small, which is this one, so I'm going to make this 30. Yep, that's H2 there. I have made it 30 and it looks pretty good, so I'll publish that. So you can see how easy it is to actually create this. Now I'm going to, that's creating a new blog post. We have finished adding text, images. So if we want to add text and images, we've added text. We want to add images. There is something called a featured image, which makes basically sits on the outside of the post before it's clicked. And we can also add images within here. We can download them and just use maybe add from the media or upload right there. So if I want to add an image, I can just click on that and you can see it comes straight into the content. I can choose where I want it, whether it's in the middle, and that's how simple things get. It's really simple. You don't need to do much. So we have taken care of that as well. So we're looking at the last part of this training, which is section 10, and thank you so much for reaching this stage. Now that you've reached here, you can almost build anything, right? You can almost build anything with what I've showed you. With AI in combination with other things, you can almost build anything. You're unlimited, you're unstoppable. Let me just say it like that. Okay, so how to get leads on autopilot, that's a beautiful blog that we have created. It's a sample blog, and if you want your blog to be linked there, you can still link it. You can see that our that's transparent, that's why it shows like that. But of course, if we go to the home page, it will show because it has a blue background, but you can fix that, it's not a problem. Okay, so now let's look at how to add a pop-up to a website. Remember, we are creating a functional website that's helpful to other people, and adding a pop-up helps you to collect email addresses or sign up forms, and you can do this in a nice and simple way by using Aweber. Okay, you can use Aweber, so you can click here. Obviously there are other services like MailChimp, but for the purpose of this video we are going to keep it easy, nice and simple. So you sign up to Aweber, and once you sign up to it, it will look like this. So let's first close some of these so we don't have too much going on, and let's close some of these. We don't need ChatGPT for now. And we can go on to say Aweber. I hope I do have my logins in here. So I'm going to sign in. I hope I do have my logins correct. Okay, yes I do. Right, so once you've logged into your Aweber account, you will need to come back to, again, if you have installed all the plugins that I asked you to do, then you should have an Aweber plugin. So if you don't have it, you can go back to Aweber. Now what this plugin does is to help you to connect with the autoresponder. So you click, so this is it, it's by Aweber. So it helps you to connect with Aweber so that you bring, when people subscribe on your website, you're able to get their emails and everything else on the other side. So all I've got to do is to come back to Aweber and go to integrations. And I will now, remember I'm on the same window and I'm logged into my website. I'll click on WordPress and I'll follow everything that they tell me to do in order to integrate this plugin. So because I've already logged in, I'm going to go back to, remember, I'm going to go back to my website. So I'll close this, it's not important. Go back to your website, go back to find where Aweber is. Normally when you install something, it shows up on here, or you can check tools. You can also check settings. Let's find Aweber. Where are you? Let's see. Install plugins. We can also go to install plugins and just go to things like settings, but for some reason I am not finding this plugin here. Let's see, where are you hidden? Okay, it says connect now. Okay, so you just gotta pay attention to this. So when you go to install plugins, you can say connect now, and it's going to connect, okay, to your it says your current version of Astra Pro plugin is incompatible with Astra. Don't mind those updates for now. You can always update them later. Okay, so you get an authentication code. Of course, when you go in here, you can go to say something like, let's have a look at what this looks like. You can follow this guidance. Really, it's very, very simple, very straightforward. And what you do is you get started. So you click on that. So you log in with your name and password and you allow access. It will give you a code which you bring here and you connect. So once you've connected these, I'm going to show you the last step, which is very important. Go to Elementor templates and go to saved templates. Okay, remember we want to put a pop-up onto our website, and go to add new, and we want to add a pop-up, and you can just click maybe all site pop-up. Okay, and this can be a form that you want to add maybe to your blog posts or somewhere on the page to collect subscriptions of people who are interested in your work. And the advantage is the bigger your email list is, the better for you. You can always maybe sell them different services or nurture that audience, give them everything that they need to thrive online. So I will go back to my pop-ups. I should find some. Okay, let's start from there. Pop-ups, or I can go to blogs. For some reason I'm not getting any templates. I'm not sure why. Normally you have a bunch of templates right here, but that's not an issue. We can still build it from scratch, or we can go to starter templates. I'm not sure. We do have pop-ups here. Let's see if we have any pop-ups. No, we don't have any pop-ups, so we close that. So it's just strange that we don't have pop-ups here. Anyway, that's fine. So I'll create it from scratch, add that. So we do have a frame already. So this is going to come up when somebody is on the website. So we need to add something. Where do they enter their information? We can add a form there, and you can customize these to your liking. Really, you don't have to stick to what I've given you. I can remove the label so that it looks like that. I can add a heading, so I go right there, add a heading to this, and I can add a description as well. Maybe sign up. Okay, my heading, sign up for free trainings on getting more leads, and I can say for free weekly. Okay, so that's absolutely important, very simple. I can center that, and I can center my description as well. This is too big, I can bring that back to maybe 20 or even maybe 30, and I can say enter your email address here, or I can say your details. So right, I can make that a little bit bigger, probably 20. And then I can, of course, customize this section. I don't need them to leave a message, so I'll remove that. So name and email is enough. And I can give this some padding so that we have some space around this, okay? Maybe even 50. That looks better. And we are getting there. And we can add a lot of customization, maybe color the button. So if I come to the form, this form right here, I'm going to edit the button because I don't want that hovering that's happening. So let's see what's going on. Background color, text color. So when I hover, the text color looks a little bit strange, so that's why I want to change it. So I'm going to make it blue. So when I hover, it's blue. And the background color, yeah, so you can always make the customization. And the beautiful thing about adding a Weber to your website is you can click on that pencil icon of this form, and you can come over here, buttons, okay, you close that, you don't need much in there. But actions after submit, so when somebody submits their email, what happens? You can collect submissions within Elementor, that's fine. You can get notified by email, that's okay. But I want to add something special, and I'm going to add a Weber right there. Why am I adding a Weber? Because I want the subscribers to go to my email address. So I can go to a Weber, and if you've set it up, you will have access to adding the exact email list of your website. So you've created an email, okay, an email list. For example, you do have subscribers right there, and you can already see what subscribers look like. This is a new one for me that I've created for this tutorial, and you can already see what that looks like. So this is my list, and my list is called, let's have a look, list options. Okay, so I do have my list called my general DSM list, and again, you know, that is something that you can customize. So when you come on here, the list will be called general DSM, and you just have to connect your Aweber account to that particular list, and you're good to go. Next, very important, you will need to add display conditions for this. Now, if I want it across the entire website, I can add a condition that says entire website, which comes up by default. How should it be triggered? Should somebody spend some time on the website? I would say maybe on scroll. I like this one because when somebody reaches 50% down the page, then the pop-up can come up. The other one can be maybe on load, on page load. So after the page has loaded, it should come up within 50, maybe 30 seconds. Okay, after 30 seconds, that pop-up will come. So let's go on to triggers. I've added conditions, I've added some triggers and advanced rules. Yeah, show after expert views. You can always choose what you want to add. I'm going to save and close for this one. So when I come to this website now, we are going to wait for 30 seconds. And let's see. So this is how you can grow your email list in a nice and simple way. Okay. So by adding a pop-up to your website, it means business. If you're dealing with anything online, that is business for you. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Does this show up? Does this show up? 30 seconds. Have we spent 30 seconds yet? Yep, there we go. So I can now enter my name and email at gmail.com and then sign up to that email to test it, so that I know that my system is working fine. So I hope this was insightful for you, but if you feel like this is cumbersome and you feel like you don't have the time to attend to all of this, again, there is a solution here. You can use that coupon code to get £110 off that. So I've showed you how to add that. So everything on our list has been ticked off, and I hope you had an amazing time watching this or going through it with me. Thank you again. My name is Nicholas. Please leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe to this channel, because then you will learn everything marketing, everything to do with marketing and selling yourself and setting yourself up for success without spending a lot of money and time. Remember, time is equal to money, like I said in the beginning. So thank you for sticking with me until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Peace.